And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is Wednesday, and that means film study. Even though that we're in the playoffs, folks, we are still going to be breaking down film because there's games to be played this weekend. Playoff games, so even better, more competition, more competitive, win or go home, must-win games. So another round of playoffs this week, so we're going to be watching. We got something in every single game. We're going to be watching, something from every single game. Mostly the winners, but we will look at, some drives by the losing teams as well to kind of bid them farewell. But yeah, that's what we got on the show today. So without further ado, let's jump right into our stories of the day. Here we go. Browns getting better. Love to see this. Denzel Ward, cornerbacks Denzel Ward and Kevin Johnson, both activated from the COVID-19 list. Gonna be good to go to play. Who do they have? The Chiefs. Oh my goodness. Tough opponent here. Bills, Ravens, Browns. Chiefs. Yeah, there it is. So Browns getting better for the game against the Chiefs. Love to see that. Cornerbacks gonna shut down Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Well, these corners are gonna try to do their best. Alrighty, the Seahawks move on. They parted ways with their offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer. He's been there, I think, for the last 3 seasons, had decent success those last 2 seasons, had very good success the first 8 weeks of this season, but the last 8 weeks he got figured out and he could not adjust his game plans to put up any points on the board, and it is truly unfortunate. Now, is this a little, premature? Maybe, but the way that this Seahawks offense struggled the last 8 weeks, it makes no sense. They have one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. They have great weapons, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I mean, you really can't get a better duo in the league. And Chris Carson, yeah, some injuries with their running backs, not always healthy, but they still got decent running backs. And it's just unfortunate Brian Schottenheimer could not scheme his way to any points, any easy points for Russell Wilson. He's been struggling these last couple weeks, making Russell Wilson throw interceptions. It's tough. So unfortunate here. Seahawks are going to be looking for a new offensive coordinator to jumpstart their offense and maintain that offense throughout the entire season of 2021. So we're hoping Seahawks get a good hire so Russell Wilson can be back into playoffs. Russell Wilson losing wild card round of the playoffs, that's not good. That's not good. I want to see this man continue on. We have to watch Jared Goff again. He won. He beat Russell Wilson, so I give the man credit, but still, it's Jared Goff. You know what I mean? Alrighty, and then Chuck Pagano, the Bears defensive coordinator, he is retiring. Unfortunate here, but he had a good run in the league. Head coach of Indy with, I think he had Andrew Luck for his few years that he was there. Got let go of that position. Now he picked up a defensive coordinator job for the Bears, and the Bears defense was good this season. It was good. It was the reason why they were able to make the playoffs. It was the reason why the Bears were in most of their games, because especially the games that Nick Foles was playing in, because we know that Nick Foles was not putting up any points. So the Bears defense holding teams to around, less than 25 points, pretty good throughout the season. Unfortunately for the Bears, their offensive side could not complement the defense. So now the Bears, they got the defensive pieces, but they do need another defensive coordinator to try and replace Chuck Pagano in a scheme of what the Bears have been doing defensively these past couple seasons. So Bears are definitely going to miss him. Matt Nagy is officially back for the 2021 season, so that's great there. But, he's going to have to find somebody else to try and shore up this defense. Alrighty, and probably the most interesting offseason story to talk about so far is the Texans with Deshaun Watson. They've been going back and forth. Deshaun Watson came out publicly and has basically said, this organization is kind of trash, and, they get rid of all their pieces, and, they don't support me. I mean, they're trading away all my weapons, and we're not getting better. And then the Texans general manager tried to talk with him in person to try to squash the beef and figure it out, and Deshaun Watson wanted the Texans to interview the Chiefs offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, who's been a big name for a head coaching job. I mean, everybody was saying that this man should get a head coaching job after last season. He's still here with the Chiefs this season, and the Chiefs are once again in the playoffs with the first round bye. So, great offensive coordinator here. He would work wonders with Deshaun Watson. That's why Deshaun Watson wanted the Texans to interview this man. So they've requested an interview. We haven't had the interview yet, but the Texans are trying to make slow strides to appease the quarterback, because if Deshaun Watson leaves the Texans, they're a dumpster fire for the next 7 to 10 years. If they keep him, they probably only maybe suck a little bit for 1 or 2 years as they get this man a little bit more help. So we're watching this unfold, and then we get previous great Texans legend speaking out. We get Andre Johnson. I mean, one of the Texans' best receivers they've ever had. And I honestly forgot about Andre Johnson. That's how much the Texans organization is trash and forces, players into early retirements and just forces them out of oblivion in your mind. So Andre Johnson, he comes out and supports Deshaun Watson. He tweeted this yesterday. If I'm Deshaun Watson, I will stand my ground, of leaving the Texans. The Texans organization is known for wasting players' careers. Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt's career is going a little under now. Here we go. Since Jack Easterby has walked into the building, nothing good has happened. And for the organization, and for some reason, someone can't, I'm assuming the rest of this quote, someone can't understand the reason. And then DeAndre Hopkins quoted this tweet and said, when Dre speaks, listen. I mean, he's telling Andre Johnson's telling Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins is telling Deshaun Watson, hey, you got to get out. You got to get out when you can. Both of these, DeAndre Hopkins was luckily, fortunate enough to get traded out of the organization, while Andre Johnson, I believe he had to retire, So with, me kind of rediscovering Andre Johnson and remembering, let's quickly watch these top 10 plays of this man just to reinforce of how good this man really was. So we've got this play right here. They got him counting down here, which I love. So this was number 10. Rewatch it. He's going to kill this defender. Boop. That double move, and I mean, that's wide open. I mean, come on. Absolutely destroying cornerbacks. You love to see that. Big, tall, fast, can catch the ball. Really something else to watch. So here we go. Another play. Corner of the end zone. 2 feet down. Touchdown. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch it again. Look at him go and stretch and still be able to get the 2 feet down as he's closing into the sideline. That toe tap, that second toe tap, absolutely fantastic. All right, here we go. Number 8. What do we got? DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, my goodness. He said, you cannot bring me down. Goes up, catches the ball, rams one defender, rams another one, and a third one, and then powers his way into the end zone. I'm telling y'all, big and strong, folks. Big and strong. And the Texans couldn't do anything with that. They couldn't win a championship with this. Come on. All right, here he is with the Colts. Nice little grab here. Look at this. Way to concentrate on the ball, extend the ball over the pylon. Fantastic work. Number 6. Back to the Texans. Deep ball. And this is just one-on-one, baby. He's just going to go up and get this ball. Look at this man track the ball. Just goes up. Doesn't matter. Unfazed by any defender around him. Just goes up and grabs the pass. Alrighty, back in the red zone again for Andre Johnson. What are we going to get this time? Scrambling quarterback, back of the end zone, wide open, touchdown catch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then he climbs into the stadium to celebrate with the fans. All right, number 4. Here we go with the Titans. Over the middle. Oh, my goodness. Seemed to be like a little bad thrown ball. Maybe we get a replay on this one, but just goes over 2 defenders. Look at this man. Look at this man. Catches it, holds on, touchdown. Number 3, oh boy. Here we go. Getting deep here in the top 10. Number 3, another just 20-yard ball. Oh, one-handed snag here. Yes, sir. The concentration. Here it is again. One hand on it, tip it back up to himself, gets 2 feet down still, and that's a touchdown. All right, number 2, Andre Johnson, corner end zone. Once again, just the concentration, and he's doing this against, Patrick Peterson. I mean, hey, that's a great corner, great shutdown corner. Patrick Peterson got his hand on the ball, but, Andre Johnson comes down with it. Very well done, keeping his eye on the ball, and that's what you got. One-on-one matchup. Take it all day with Andre Johnson. He'll come down with it. All right, and this is what they say is number 1, his best play of all time. This is what they go with? This is what they pick for number 1? It's a good play. It's a good play, but I mean, it's just a wide receiver screen. Does he even get touched here? He breaks 1 tackle. That's barely even a touch. All right, I'm a little disappointed. I only watched the first 2 plays of this highlight package. I thought one would be a little bit more climactic than that. Unfortunate. But that's Andre Johnson. I mean, this is a great wide receiver right here. So, Deshaun Watson, is he going to stay in the Texans, or is he going to listen to, the previous great Texans that have gotten burned by the organization? We'll keep an eye on it. I would say that Deshaun Watson would have to leave the Texans. It's unfortunate, but Bill O'Brien has really just destroyed that organization even more than what has already been destroyed. Alrighty, let's move on here. Here we go. Since entering the league, which was in 2015, I believe, Allen Robinson, only 64% of his targets have been deemed catchable. 64. I mean, basically half. Basically half of his passes have been deemed uncatchable. And who have been his quarterbacks? I mean, Blake Bortles when he was with the Jags for 3 seasons, and then he went to the Bears in 2017 with Mitch Trubisky. So, I mean, folks, do we need more proof that Mitch Trubisky cannot play? I mean, Allen Robinson is catching all these passes that are deemed uncatchable by Mitch Trubisky. Just another, point proven that Mitch Trubisky is not that great. All right, let's continue on here. Josh Allen, he received the game ball of the wild card of all the games, and very well done. He had 324 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, 2 passing. They bring up his passer rating. I don't care about passer rating or QBR. I don't care. It's their own algorithm. I think QBR is ESPN. Passer rating, I think, is the NFL's. But I don't pay any attention to that. The algorithms, I always don't agree with them. I mean, people can be having perfect QBR and passer rating and still have like 2 incompletions. So I don't care about that. So yeah, very well done, Josh Allen. Now, does he deserve it? Yeah, I mean, he probably played the best. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he put up over 300 yards as well, between passing and rushing. So maybe you put Lamar Jackson, but I still like Josh Allen here. He outperformed Drew Brees, Tom Brady a little bit. I mean, Tom Brady throwing 50%. Not that great. So, yeah, very well done, Josh Allen. Definitely did better than Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, Big Ben. I mean, yes, he had 500 yards, but the man was absolutely garbage, 4 turnovers. So, yes, Josh Allen definitely deserves the game ball of the week. This is, my Super Bowl favorite, folks. We had it in our power rankings. They're my number 1 team. Josh Allen, the way he's passing this ball, and he's getting recognition from Wilson. The Wilson Company, folks. Come on. That's a big old name. That's the brand of the football. Come on. Got to respect what they say, right? Alrighty, let's switch over to NBA very quickly. Here we go. As we said yesterday, there was like a special meeting about, what they're going to do in the NBA because of all the COVID. So they increased some COVID protocol for the home games. Teams and players and the staff must remain at their residence except to attend team-related activities. And then when they're on the road, they can't even leave their hotel except for team activities or emergencies. So getting a little bit of lockdown on game days. And then even more measures here. No hugging or interacting with the opposing team on the court before or after a game. Minimize social interaction during a game, such as hand tapping during free throws. So, after every free throw, the player goes up, hey, little handshake, little high five. Can't do that no more. So it's getting a little ridiculous here. There is a big old outbreak, but I don't know if these steps are going to, be enough to kind of counteract that. There's even more steps. I mean, players have been coming out, saying, hey, I'm going to, do whatever I want, basically. I forgot the player. I could have liked it, but I chose not to, unfortunately. But yeah, a lot of new regulations here for the NBA to try and get out in front of all this kind of postponements. I mean, folks, we even have a game postponed today. Hawks Suns. I mean, that's just one of them. Two other ones were already postponed. I mean, we get Celtics Bulls yesterday was postponed, and now we get today. Magic, Celtics postponed, Jazz, Wizards postponed, and then just today, I mean, this broke, an hour before we went live, Hawks, Suns is postponed. So they're trying to, rein it in. They saw the success that the NFL has been having, with all their COVID outbreaks, or really lack of COVID outbreaks. So NBA is trying to do something here, trying to get it under control, but we'll see if it works. Alrighty, let's go back to Kyrie Irving. We kind of, talked about him a little bit yesterday on the show, and we still have to talk about him. The Brooklyn Nets are reportedly, quote, unhappy with Kyrie Irving, and their communication with the star point guard has, quote, been minimal. So Kyrie Irving's gone off the grid. He's been out the last 4 games because of personal reasons. He said he's going to be out for the next kind of every game this week that they have because of personal reasons. There's video of him partying, for his, I believe family's birthday party without a mask on. So, he's all talk, but then when it's time to do his job and his responsibilities, he doesn't show up. I mean, he hooked Kevin Durant into coming to Brooklyn, and now he's not even here. Kevin Durant's all alone. I mean, how do you just dip and flake on, what you say is, one of your best friends? I mean, how do you leave this man high and dry? Now, we don't know the reason why Kyrie Irving hasn't been coming. He hasn't even told the Nets, I am assuming, because there's been minimal contact, and the Nets are unhappy with what Kyrie Irving is doing this last, 2 weeks. So nobody knows what's going on. If you even type Kyrie Irving into Twitter before you even hit the tweet, people are coming at you, saying, you need to leave him alone and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's getting a little bit enough here. And now everybody's saying that Kyrie Irving should retire. Now, I think that's going a little bit too far. I wouldn't say he would have to retire, but he really has to, get focused for the game. This is what he get paid to do. So, I mean, you have to do it, especially of how much the man talks, of him being so great and the greatest player. And no superstar is better than him, and he's the clutchest. Even with playing with LeBron James, it didn't matter. He was still the best. So all that talk, and now we get this. So Nets trying to do something, trying to rebuild. They invested in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Really, they invested in Kyrie Irving, and then Kyrie Irving went to go get Durant, and now he's not here anymore. So I've already been over Kyrie Irving. He's a great player. We don't have to preface that every time we talk about this man, but I guess we do because of the goon squad. I'm telling you, there's a goon squad out there with for Kyrie Irving that will just attack anybody that criticizes him in the slightest way. So that's what we get for Kyrie Irving. Not good. And now we get James Harden, that whole saga over there. I mean, he's on quote saying that the Rockets just, quote, aren't good enough. I love the city. I literally have done everything that I can. I mean, this situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. I mean, this is what he's saying. And, he's been gaining a lot of weight. I mean, there was even remarks on the telecast of their games of, James Harden had a very, hefty pregame meal. I mean, he's out of shape. He's not winning games. He's kind of given up. And then you get John Wall coming out because he just got traded from the Wizards in the deal with Russell Westbrook to the Rockets. And now he's coming out, John Wall, after the game, quote, saying, it's only been 9 games. Come on, man. You want to jump off the cliff after 9 games? He's trying to get Harden to stay in Houston. John Wall has known kind of losing games because he was with Washington, I believe his entire career. I think he started there. So not good here with James Harden. Not good here with Kyrie Irving. I mean, I would give James Harden a little bit more slack than Kyrie Irving because Houston has really just been not good. They've had all the pieces, and it's just never worked. So I can understand James Harden's frustration. He's tried time and time again to, get Houston over the hump and win a ring, and it just hasn't worked out. So I would probably give James Harden a little bit of a pass than Kyrie Irving. But, still either way, James Harden, he's really giving up on the team, and I really don't like that. I mean, it's really one person deciding, hey, I'm done, so we're done. It's just kind of that, there's other players on this Rockets team that wants to win. They're competing for contracts. They're competing to stay on rosters. They're trying to compete, while James Harden's like, yeah, I don't care. So I'm not playing. Y'all can play. I'm just gonna be out here. So one person deciding the outcomes of games, it really kind of frustrates me to my core. I cannot stand that. This is a team game. Everybody has to buy in. So when one person's not buying in, then they basically are saying, hey, I choose when we win, when we lose, and I'm choosing we're gonna lose because I don't want to play. You know what I mean? So that's what we got. A lot of drama here in the NBA. All right, little bit of good news here. Can we stop dogging Draymond? I don't want to see no more Draymond slander. I get that the Warriors lost this game, but here's the little nice clip here. Draymond Green shutting down a 3-on-1 transition. Look at this. I mean, this man's a big part of this Warriors dynasty with him, Steph, and Clay. I mean, that was the big three before Kevin Durant got there. He was a reason why they won rings and why they created the dynasty. So everybody needs to stop slandering Draymond Green. He's fine. He's good. And now, they struggled early in the game early in the season because Draymond Green wasn't playing. Now he is playing, and I think the Warriors are 6-7, 6-6, something around those lines. So they're getting better because they've got a key piece. Draymond Green. Stop slandering that man. Alrighty, that is all we have to talk about. A lot of drama in the NBA. A lot of coaches. A lot of coordinators getting fired, retiring in the NFL. So that's kind of where we're at right here in the sports world. Alrighty, let's switch over to our main topic today, which is our NFL film study. We'll be watching some film, some narratives, questioning narratives, seeing who's good, seeing who's bad. Should we be falling off of some teams' players? Should we be trending up on others' teams and players? So we're going to watch something from every one of the wild card games from last weekend. And so we'll start here at Colts and Bills. So we're going to watch for Colts and Bills, we're going to watch the Bills' third quarter touchdown drive, the big one to Stephon Diggs, just to kind of highlight Josh Allen a little bit, looking what he's doing here in the playoffs in clutch situations. I mean, at this point, it's 17-10, one touchdown game, but then they go down and score another touchdown. That's clutch, 2 touchdowns, 14 points in the fourth quarter. That's exactly where you want to be at home in a playoff game, up 14, 2 scores, and that's what Josh Allen did. So we're going to watch this drive. And then we're going to watch the Bills and Colts' very last drive here. This one that ends in a punt with the Bills. Why did it stall? I mean, this really could have iced the game for the Bills to kind of eat up all the clock and score a touchdown in this drive to make it 2 possessions with under probably 2 minutes left. And then we're going to watch this Colts drive, Phillip Rivers' last drive, I believe, in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be playing next season, so we'll watch his drive. Why did it stall? Why could he not pull it out in the clutch? So a couple of things to look out for, to watch, to dissect. So let's just jump right into it. Well, first we have to get the time of this first drive that we will be watching. Third quarter, Bills touchdown drive. Here it is. Starting at 3 minutes and 22 seconds in the third quarter. So let's get this queued up. Bills looking real good this game. Defense kind of floundered a little bit in the fourth quarter, giving up, 2 touchdowns. Not the greatest, but, they still pulled out the win. So bend but no break. That's what we want to see, and that's what we got. So, but before we watch some fourth quarter action, let's watch this last touchdown drive by the Bills. All right, here we go. 3:30. But I mean, he hasn't been doing anything the last, his entire career he hasn't been doing anything, but especially these last 2 seasons. Not great there by Phillip Rivers. So that's Phillip Rivers' end. I would say a very fitting end to his career there. Alrighty, let's go up to our next matchup here. We got Rams and Seahawks, and we're just going to kind of watch this Rams offense in the second half. We're going to go through these drives. I mean, look at these drives, folks. This is not good. In the third quarter, these were the Rams drives. 3 and out, 3 and out, 5 and out. And then they finally get a field goal. 9 plays, 52 yards, so that's good. But then they're back to 3 and out, and then they get a touchdown because they started on the Seattle's own 36-yard line. So we're going to go watch some of these 3 and outs. What is wrong with this Rams offense, folks? What is wrong with it? Because I still don't know. It's been, 17 weeks, and I still cannot put my finger on what the heck is wrong with this Rams offense. They just put up 30 points, but they still weren't moving the ball consistently. It was more kind of, all right, we're in shorter fields. Our defense was good. That's really it. So let's get a drive here queued up. We'll cue this one up, 13:38 here in the third quarter. Watch him go 3 and out. Then we'll watch him go 3 and out again. And watch him go 3 and out again. So, I mean, this is great starting field position. Starting at your own 40-yard line. Nice little 3-4 yard run there. I can get behind that. All right, 2nd and 6. Jared Goff. Just incomplete. I mean, great defense by Seattle here. Great jobs by Jamal Adams. But it's a little late thrown, and it's broken up. So, not great there. Just broken up. All right, now we get 3rd and 6. Jared Goff, come on. Got to see something big here. Got to see something big. They're up 7. 13 minutes left in the third quarter, and he just gets sacked. I mean, very well done. Seattle's defense playing absolutely fantastic on that drive. So maybe it's just, the Rams are in a tough division facing good defenses every week. Has it been that simple all along? Possibly. Possibly. All right, now let's go to their next 3 and out drive. Their very next drive, 3 and out. So let's cue this up. Here we go. Are we still seeing the same things? Good defense by Seattle. They started off with a run on first down that picks up positive yards, picks up 9 yards. I mean, that's what we've been saying. Cam Akers with a ton of yards every game. Very good. The running game is the only kind of green flag that we have by the Rams. And we've been saying that. Alrighty. Here we go. Second and 1, John Wolford back in the game. Love to see that. Got a little banged up in this one, but he's back in it, and he goes down immediately. Oh, he's scared. I mean, you cannot play this man. How is it 2nd and 1? Look at this man's poor attempt of trying to pick up this yard. I get that you're seeing these players. I get that you're seeing the Seattle's defense, but, I mean, it's a yard. Go get the yard, John. Come on. This man's timid. He's timid. You cannot play this man anymore. It's unfortunate, but this is what you have to do. He's scared to run. He got banged up big. He got knocked out of the game. If you get knocked out of a game, that's not for no reason, folks. So I would strongly ill-advise of starting John Wolford here. Let's see what we get on this 3rd and 1 drive. They try to run it up the middle. They do, and they pick up the first down. Very well done. So the run game is very good by this Rams team. They're going to do a play action now after picking up the first down. And, whoa, Wolford slinging it a little bit. Oh, we're in the first quarter. See, I knew this wasn't the right play. I knew this wasn't the right tape. I knew it wasn't. Oh, my goodness. How unfortunate. I was like, I didn't think Wolford got back in the game. All right, so what we just saw was a little bit earlier in the game. Wolford looking good. looking good there a little bit. All right, let's try to get back on track here. Where are we going to be? All right, let's try and go here now. We're going to go back to the third quarter, watch another 3 and out drive. Here we go. All right, here we are. We're back. All righty, false start by the Rams. I mean, did you just look at the stat that popped up? 4 of 11 so far throughout the game for Jared Goff. 4 of 11, and we're, halfway into the game? Not good. So we get a play action here by Jared Goff, and it's incomplete. It's him not being accurate. It's him not being good. I mean, that's wide open. How do you miss that? That's easy 10 yards. But Jared Goff says, I'd rather throw incomplete. All right, here we go. 2nd and 15. Jared Goff hands it off. Picks up only 2. All right, 3rd and 13. Once again, they just hand it off. They're just giving up at this point. They're like, yeah, we're not even going to try. We're not even going to try to pick up 3rd and 13. I mean, that's not great. So, I mean, this Rams offense, folks, it's not great. It's not good. They get a little bit bailed out here. We'll finish off on this drive. This was a pretty good drive here. 9 plays, 52 yards. It ate up 5 minutes, and you come away with the field goal. So you get some points out of it. We'll end it on this drive, and then we'll move on. But it's just Jared Goff being a little bit inconsistent. This Seahawks defense being very good, getting pressure on the line. So, tipping balls at the line. So we have to put, some not greatness on the Rams offensive line. But let's move on here. We'll get this one. Here we go. Starting on their own 6-yard line. They go with the run. Picks up about 7. Very well done. Cam Akers doing very good here this game. The only green flag of this Rams offense, in my opinion. All right, Jared Goff running to the right. He's going to decide to run it, and he picks up the first. All right. And this is what we know of Jared Goff. Not the fastest quarterback, but just enough there to pick up the first. All right, they go back to the run game. Picks up basically nothing. Basically nothing. Jared Goff tries to come back, throw it in the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. I mean, he's 4 of 12 at this point. He's 4 of 12, 4 of 13. Got even worse on this throw. So thumb is definitely affecting this man. It's unfortunate. But what is even more unfortunate is that, you know, this banged-up Rams team, this banged-up Rams quarterback, this banged-up Rams offense that really is not looking great, still beat Seattle with healthy Russell Wilson, which is a little concerning. So we get 3rd and 9 here. Jared Goff batted down at the line of scrimmage. Man, this defensive line is getting pushed every single time. And then we get the punt by the Rams. So I thought that was going to be the field goal drive. We're just out of sorts here, so I think we just have to move on. I mean, that's the second time that we've called a wrong drive there. Unfortunate. So Jared Goff just getting pressured up the middle on every play. Can't make the accurate throws. The thumb is bothering him. We can't trust this Rams offense next week, and they have to go up against Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, good luck with that. You're not going to be able to keep up pace there, especially in Green Bay when it's going to be cold. That thumb is going to be even worse, even worse. So Rams, not very reliable here. Alrighty, now let's go to Bucs in Washington here. We're going to watch a fourth quarter touchdown drive by the Bucs. I mean, this game was a little close, folks. I mean, we're talking about 21-16 Bucs at the start of the fourth quarter, basically. But then they go down in this touchdown drive, making it 2 possessions, and this was huge clutch here by Tom Brady. So we're going to watch this drive, fourth quarter, 7-play, 69-yard drive, ends in a touchdown for the Bucs, really, you know, kind of sealing the game for them, most likely, really, kind of. I mean, you make it kind of 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It's hard to come back from that. So let's cue up this play. We'll make sure it's right, not like the Rams plays that we're kind of all over the place on. But so 12:33 here in the fourth quarter. Let's get this queued up. Watch Tom Brady. How's he looking? I mean, the completion percentage was not good. So was it not good throughout the game, or just kind of not good in the first half? But he cleaned it up on, you know, fourth quarter and clutch time. So we'll be able to kind of see all of that here. And then I believe this is a passing touchdown, which would be even better. I mean, I'm all down for seeing Tom Brady throw a touchdown to somebody. One of his, 80 weapons he has. Alrighty here. So here we go. 12:33. I mean, Bucs with pretty good field position here, starting on their own 31, and they're up 21-16. So Tom Brady starts on a play-action pass, and he just kind of delivers it very, very well done to Mike Evans. He just found the soft spot of the zone. A little bit, I mean, if you watch the pass, it will look a little funny, but it just kind of looks like Tom Brady floats it in there, and it got there. So very well done. We got to give the man a little credit. All right, now here we go at midfield. They're going to go back to the run game, and look at that. Look at that. Leonard Fournette picking up almost like 15 yards. We saw that he had a good game when we broke the game down on Monday. I think he had close to 100 yards. So we can watch this one more time. I mean, just look at that. The holes almost broke it. If he escaped that tackle at the end, that would have been 7 points right there. All right, so a nice little drive here. Everything's working, picking up, plenty of yards, and now they try to do a little, misdirection here, reverse it to the right side, and it worked. It picked up, 8-9 yards? So everything is working here offensively for the Bucs, and that's what you want to see. Stuff working in the fourth quarter. You've been breaking, the defense down, figuring out what's working. So having success in the fourth quarter, it speaks to coaching, and it speaks to, performance. I mean, the coach can only draw up so many things that you have to go out there and execute it. So great job here by everything of the Bucs. They go back to running the ball on second down. They pick it up. Tom Brady almost in the red zone with a clean set of downs here. And then he's going to wind up and once again finds Mike Evans in the soft spot of the zone. But can we watch this throw a little bit? Kind of like when we watch Phillip Rivers and we watch this man wind up every single part of his body just to get the ball, 10 yards down the field. Watch Tom Brady's wind up a little bit here. This is only like a 15-yard pass, folks. It's not like he's throwing it 40 yards. So here it is. Let's watch this one a little bit. He's going to launch this one from about the 29 just to get it down to the 5-yard line, 24 yards. And he's literally looking like he's putting every part of his body into this throw here just to get it there. So Tom Brady, the age may be catching up with him a little bit, But, I mean, he still got it there, so we still give the man credit. And he did still kind of throw from the left side to the right side of the field. So, very well done. I mean, he got it there. So, we give the man credit. Alrighty, here we go. Tom Brady, inside the 5, in the red zone, trying to score, 2-possession game. Let's see what happens. Tom Brady finding all reliable tight ends in the end zone. Cameron Brate. And, I mean, very well done. Let's see if we can get another replay. I would like to see this from another angle because the precision that Tom Brady just put this ball on, I have to know if he meant to do this or if it was just kind of lucky. I would say he did mean to do it. Low and away. Well, let's see what we get here. Throwing it low and away. Oh, that's perfect. Tom Brady. I mean, just a master of putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, low and away. Oh, but it's incomplete. Oh, they're going to call that incomplete. He drops it. What a beautifully thrown ball by Tom Brady there. Almost a catch, but he just drops it. Unfortunate. So, alrighty, so they overturned the call. Unfortunate there. Still, I mean, Tom Brady looked good on that one, so. And then they go back to the running game, and it's Leonard Fournette, 2 yards out. That's easy football right there. All right, so this Bucs offense still looking real good here in the fourth quarter. In clutch time, Tom Brady's still looking good. And that's exactly what we want to see. So, very well done. We're going to skip Taylor Heinicke. Unfortunate. We were going to watch his last drive. Actually, let's still watch. It's only a minute. So let's give a little bit of props to Taylor Heinicke. Battled, put up 23 points, made the game competitive. And, I've been saying this basically since I saw this man play. When was the first time we saw this man play for Washington? Week 15, 14, around there? This man needs to be the starter for Washington going into 2021. So let's honor this man. His last drive here. Here it is. They're down 8, starting on their own 25-yard line. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. No timeouts. He's got to go down for the touchdown, folks, and get the 2-point conversion. He throws an absolutely beautiful ball there, but there is a flag. Let's see what they call on it. And it was on the Bucs, so, I mean, a free play, and Taylor Heinicke takes it. Very well done. All right, here it is again. 1st and 10. Once again, another great ball for the first down. They throw another flag on the defense, but Taylor Heinicke doesn't need to get bailed out by penalties, baby. He's flinging this ball 15, 10 yards down the field, and they're complete. They're completed. So no penalties needed for this man to be good. That's what you want to see. And now he's at midfield, folks. Tom Brady a little nervous here. Going to get outplayed by Taylor Heinicke. Then he throws it over the middle of the field. That one, he could definitely use a flag. Use a flag to get bailed out on. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. I'm hoping the outcome of this game changes. I want to see Taylor Heinicke win this game now. But a nice little out route there to J.D. McKissick. Let's see what they call. They do call it a catch. They kind of lose it at the last second. I think the Bucs do challenge this play. Somebody challenges it. No, nobody. Oh, yeah, it's incomplete. They do rule incomplete. So 3rd and 10 here. Taylor Heinicke trying to escape the pressure, and he gets brought down. Unfortunate. Tried to step up into the pocket, but kind of ran into his own player. And now we get 2-minute warning. And now we get Taylor Heinicke. 4th and 21. No timeout. Needs to pick it up. Come on, Taylor. Let's see what you got. Air this ball out. Pick up this first down. eliminate Tom Brady from the playoffs. Escapes the pressure, launches this one down the field. And it's incomplete. It's unfortunate. He got it past the first down marker, gave his receiver a chance. At the end of the day, it's unfortunately not too much. And I love this. I mean, look at all this. The linemen, I mean, they're like, you know what? You tried your hardest. This lineman patting him on the head. They love this man. They know that Taylor Heinicke is competing for them, unlike Dwayne Haskins, who was not competing for the players on the field. So I really think this man needs to get a full offseason, full reps, full kind of season for this Washington team, and I think they'll be fine, folks. So gave his big old tight end there a chance, gave him a chance. So that's all you could ask for. So very well done by Taylor Heinicke. We respect him. We acknowledge this man. He needs to be the starter for Washington come 2021. Alrighty, let's go to our next matchup, and we got to go to Ravens and the Titans, and we're going to be watching some fourth quarter drives here by the Ravens and the Titans. Clutch time for Ryan Tannehill. 2 possessions here, and he could not do anything with it. So let's first watch. We'll watch this drive here by the Titans. I mean, 17-13, 4-point game in the fourth quarter. Come on, Ryan, step it up. Somebody's got to step it up here for the Titans. You're at home, down against, the Ravens, who you've had kind of a rivalry with, the last season and a half ever since that playoff game. So somebody had to step up. Nobody did. So we'll start with this drive. Then we'll watch the Ravens field goal drive after this drive, and then the Titans final drive after the Ravens drive. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's try and get this queued up here. Let's get the time. 12-11 in the fourth quarter. Alrighty, I mean, this is fantastic field position too. Look at this. Starting on their own 42-yard line. You basically have to go like 20 yards just to get a field goal. Make it a 1-point game. That would be fantastic if you couldn't, capitalize for a touchdown. So here we go. Titans, Ravens. Titans down 4. They try to hand it off with Derrick Henry. It's not been working all game. He was held under 50 yards, which is absolutely wild to think about. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Empty backfield for Ryan Tannehill. And look at that. A.J. Brown doing everything himself. Ryan Tannehill dinking this ball like 2 yards down the field. And then A.J. Brown just picks up the other 8 needed for this one. So this is all A.J. Brown. He's trying to step up. Not getting brought down. Trying to get the first. It looks like he may be a yard short. No, they give it to him. 1st and 10. Alrighty, now, I mean, they're over midfield, folks. This is crazy. They try to go back to the run game, and it finally breaks. Oh, it finally broke for 8 yards. Finally. It's probably his longest rush of the day, honestly. So why does it stall now? Why does it stall? They're on the 40 of the Ravens, down 4. 2nd and 2 now. Ryan Tannehill going deep. Oh, Ryan, that wasn't there. Try to shoot it, but hey, you take a free shot there on 2nd and 2. Try to stretch the defense vertically so you can come back right up the middle on 3rd and 2 and pick it up. Let's see what happens here. Alrighty, 3rd and 2. They pass it. Oh, and it's incomplete. It's incomplete to the tight end. Ryan Tannehill just dumping it off. Let's see if we can watch this one again. I mean, the defense just making a big old hit on this man to make him drop the ball. Oh, man, perfect hit. He had it, went to go secure it, and the hit just jars it loose. Unfortunate. And they punt on this one. See, I don't think I like this call either. I mean, you got to go for it at some point. Your offense is struggling to really move the ball. You're in prime real estate here at the 40. It's 4th and 2. I think Mike Vrabel should have went for it here. Relied on your defense to get a stop for only a field goal. And I think it was a mistake punting this ball here. Unfortunate. Got to be a little bit more aggressive here. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes left. You've only put up 13 points all game, and like I've said, you've been struggling moving the ball all game. You finally got something decent. 4th and 2. If you can't get 2 yards, I mean, then you deserve to lose, but at least try. Not like in the punting situation here. Alrighty, now let's go to the Ravens' next drive. We can just kind of skip past this. So we'll watch this Ravens' next drive. I mean, pretty much a clutch drive here as well by the Ravens, making it a full 7-point game. You know, so now you give your defense, I mean, all that extra field to play with. Now they're going out on the field thinking to themselves, hey, you know, we can give up a couple of chunk plays, no worries. Just, you know, don't give up the long ball. So, you know, when you go out on defense with that in your mind, you can play a lot more free. All right, so let's watch this Ravens offense work. I mean, the first play is a 12-yard pickup run off the right side. Classic Ravens football. Very well done here by J.K. Dobbins. You can make the case for J.K. Dobbins for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You can make your case. I may agree with it. I know Justin Herbert's looking real good, but the way that J.K. Dobbins is like doing very well on a championship level caliber team with other championship level caliber players, and he's still getting good production out of them, that speaks volumes in my opinion. All right, let's replay this one as we were talking through it. Lamar Jackson going to pass the ball here. Love to see that. Going to Hollywood Brown. A real tight window, and look where Lamar Jackson goes with the ball. It's absolutely perfect, folks. He knows he has to go low and away. Watch this defender here reach all the way down to the ground, and it's still not enough. The ball still gets there. Beautiful placement by Lamar Jackson here, folks. He knows what to do with the ball. You know, being open in this league is not easy. So, you know, you have to kind of manipulate the ball into tight windows. We get it absolutely perfect here. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Watch this one again from this angle. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that side arm just enough under the defender's arm. I mean, woo, beautifully done. Beautifully done. Stop disrespecting Lamar Jackson by just calling this man a fucking running back, folks. Truly. Woof, this man can sling it, folks. All right, 2nd and 1. Picks up the first. Are they going to give it to him officially? Once again, J.K. Dobbins on the run, picking up the first. Love to see it. All right, here we go. New set of downs. Lamar Jackson back to pass. Wide open. Wide open. Mark Andrews picking up 7 yards after the catch, too. Big old tight end strong. Too good. Oh, boy. Here we go. We're going to get a big old run by Lamar Jackson here. So let's watch this one. Pistol formation, tight set. Lamar Jackson, read option, and he's running literally right up the middle, and he's still not touched for about 10 yards, folks. Let's see the first time he's touched. He's running right up the middle. This is no exaggeration. That's up the middle, and he's not even touched until he picks up the first down 12 yards down the field. I mean, folks, the explosiveness of this man is unreal. He may be the fastest player in the NFL. It's wild to think about. I would like to see him and Tyreek Hill race, you know, at the same time. I want to see that. I would pay to see that. Alrighty, here we go. Lamar Jackson. Back to pass now. Thinks about it. Decides to run. All right, so this is, now we can knock Lamar Jackson if you want for a second. I think he's got to make this pass right here instead of, you know, pulling it down with the pump fake. It looked like Mark Andrews was wide open for 5 yards, and then he decides to take no yards. So, trust his arm a little bit more, definitely. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. They hand it off this time. It picks up about 3 yards. Now we get 3rd down. So is this why the drive stalled? That kind of first down play, not picking up anything? Alrighty, here we go. 3rd and 6. Lamar Jackson. Ooh, throwing it 2 yards short of the first down. I do not like that, folks. That is my pet peeve. Throw it to the sticks. I get that you're, you know, going to a strong tight end and you think that they can just bulldoze their way for 2 yards. I get it. I get the thinking, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've seen it time and time again. It does not work all the time. All right, Ravens going for it here on 4th and 2. Ballsy. I think the Titans should have done it. The Ravens are doing it here. A little bit more aggressive. Do they actually do it? They do. Oh, and they pick it up. J.K. Dobbins, a flag on the play. Oh, boy. Titans getting bailed out a little bit here. Pass interference on Willie Snead for the screen, the pick. And Titans getting bailed out. Let's watch this one more time. Willie Snead, here he is. That's what y'all call? All right. I don't like that. Bad call there. Real bad bailout by the Titans. And, the game probably should have been over at that point. I mean, they probably go down and score a touchdown if they got another fresh set of downs in pretty much the red zone. So, a little bit of a bailout there by the Titans. That was a pickup by J.K. Dobbins on 4th and 2. Alrighty, so here we go. This is where we'll leave it off at. Titans have one more chance. Ryan Tannehill, you can be clutch. You're only down 7. 4 minutes left. 3 timeouts. You're at your own 20. Not horrible field position. Not great field position. But this is what you're at home. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Be clutch. Go win the game for your team. Let's see what he does here. First play action. Dumps it off to Derrick Henry for about 7 yards. Good play there. Great drive starting play, absolutely. 2nd and 4. Derrick Henry rush up the middle, and the Ravens are still not letting them run all over them. It picks up about 2 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1. Here we go. They decided to run it up the middle. And it's going to be short. They're going to mark him short. So now finally Mike Vrabel goes for it on 4th and 1. Really no more time to play around with. And they pick it up finally. I really thought, they picked up, 3 yards there, 2 yards there. Run this quarterback sneak on 4th and 2. Ryan Tannehill can pick up a lot of yards. He's lanky. He's long. He can stretch. So they go for it there on 4th and 1. Alrighty, let's see if they snap this ball before the 2-minute warning. They do. Let's get this play. Tannehill, once again, he's been doing this for as long as we've been watching him, just dinking it off. 3 yards, 5 yards. These Titans are not challenging the Ravens cornerbacks because they've got some good cornerbacks. The Titans have good receivers too. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, and, Corey Davis got no burn. I don't even think he had a catch. He had a couple of targets, but I don't even think he had a catch this entire game, which is unacceptable. It's truly unacceptable. Get your weapons the ball, and Ryan Tannehill did not give all of his weapons the ball. Alrighty, 2nd and 5. He goes over the middle, and that's the pick. This is the game. It's unfortunate. You do see the kind of receiver fall a little bit. Let's bring this one up in the coach's film. We'll be able to see a lot more. Did he make the right read? Was that where to go with the throw? How did the receiver slip? Did the receiver slip before or after Ryan Tannehill threw the pass? Is there even coach's film on this play? I'm getting blank here. I'm getting blank. Let's go back to the interception play. All right, here we go. We'll slow this one down, see if we see anything. What were these routes looking like? He's got 4 wide. We see Derrick Henry. He's just going to be the safety valve here. I'm surprised Ryan Tannehill didn't take the safety valve. That was open, and it probably would have gotten, probably the first down. Alrighty, so this is when Ryan Tannehill's releasing the ball. You see his arm go back. He's about to throw it now. Everything here is covered. This is covered. Even this is covered. I don't really know why Ryan Tannehill tried to force this ball in. You get man coverage here. You get this kind of linebacker, so you have to get it over him. And then you get this safety. He's going to be hawking down here. So Tannehill throws the ball. And as you see, when the receiver tries to come back to it, that's when he falls. So not horrible on Ryan Tannehill. I don't like the decision even to throw to this man. I really thought this check down was the right throw to go to. But Tannehill wants to pick up a lot of chunk yards here. And unfortunately, receiver slips, and it's just a free pick for the defender. So unfortunate there by the Titans. Ravens, very well done. Looking good, looking explosive. Alrighty. We were gonna look at Bears Saints, but I'm not watching Mitch Trubisky anymore, folks. It's come down to that. I'm not watching this man no more. So we're gonna go watch some good. We're gonna celebrate some good overall team play. And we're going to kind of point out Big Ben's last game, all of his turnovers. Let's watch him a little bit. So we'll watch all the miscues of the Steelers because I'm telling you, all their miscues can be traced back to the center and quarterback of the two players. That's who they've rested in Week 17, and that's who didn't come out to play right from the get-go. So we did tell Mike Tomlin that not to actually start all of his players in Week 17, but we really did not like that he was sitting all of his starters, the big players, because they struggled down the stretch. And when you're struggling, you can't get taken out of that momentum, out of that rhythm, because that's when we get this game. We get a 28-point first quarter by the Browns, an absolute blowout by the Browns. So let's watch all these turnovers by the Steelers, and then we'll watch Baker Mayfield and this Browns team kind of close out the game in the fourth quarter. We'll watch a touchdown drive here. If we have to, we'll watch the field goal drives too, but we may be satisfied by that one touchdown drive. So we're going to celebrate some great Browns play, closing out the game in the fourth quarter as well. But first, let's do all these bad plays by Big Ben and Mike Pouncey and everybody that sat out in Week 17. Unfortunate. Your entire season comes down to your decision of benching players in Week 17. How crazy. Alrighty, so let's cue up the first play. It's real simple. The very first play of the game. It's a high snap, folks, and an absolute poor job by James Conner. Once again, not getting him going in Week 17. So the three blunders here are by Maurkice Pouncey, the center, Big Ben, the cornerback, and Conner, the running back. Maurkice Pouncey didn't play Week 17, Big Ben didn't play Week 17, and James Conner did not get going in Week 17. And because of that, the Browns have an easy 7 points, 13 seconds into this game. Alrighty, now let's go to Big Ben's second turnover of the game. This one is officially on Maurkice Pouncey's fault. They accredit him with the fumble. So Big Ben doesn't get credited with the fumble, even though you could maybe put it on him. All right, now let's go to 10:53 in the first quarter. Once again, early in this game. Early, folks. We're talking first quarter, not getting ready to play, not being ready to play. So here it is. 1st and 10, Big Ben feeling the pressure and lackadaisically just tries to dump this one off. And this one's on Big Ben. The ball just kind of floats on him. You get the running back trying to kind of, bail out now on a route, and it's just Big Ben feeling pressure in the pocket, him not being, 100% mobile, a little bit, lazy here, and he just tries to dump it off, and it's just a little overthrown. So once again, Big Ben not in game rhythm, getting, chased around the field a little bit, uncomfortable in the pocket, and he lets it go. Unfortunate. All right, so that's Big Ben's first interception. We don't have to travel very long or look very long for his next one because it's coming 3 minutes and 33 seconds in the first quarter once again. In the first quarter, not great. Alrighty, so let's see if this one's Big Ben's fault. I think one is not his fault, but we'll get there when we see it. This one... All right, you probably are thinking to yourself, this one isn't Big Ben's fault because the receiver tipped it up, but this one's going to be high, folks. We'll see it on the replay. This throw is a little high. Let's watch it again. We'll be able to see it perfect, maybe not perfectly here. Maybe decently. Let's see. Let's see if we get it from the back angle. We'll be able to see it a little bit better from there, which I thought they did show. Yeah, here it is. This will be perfect. Not tipped at the line. Not even really high. It is a little high, but Deontay Johnson doesn't have to jump for this ball. And once again, another reason why you don't sit your quarterback here, because it's a little behind. It's more behind than it is high, but still not an accurate throw by Big Ben, and it leads to a tip-up pick. It's just that simple. So I I can say it time and time again, why would you sit all these pieces in the week 17 when you didn't earn it? It's not like these players were looking good against that game against the Colts. They just kind of got lucky in the second half. Alrighty, now let's go to Big Ben's third interception. Yes, three big ones. And this one, this one's still coming, 5 minutes later than the last one. So here we go. Big Ben, 3rd and 2, down 28-0. This one gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. This one isn't totally his fault, but the line's fault again. Getting pressured. Great job by the Browns just to get your hands up. This one's really all the Browns here, just being good. Love to see it. Defense being real good. So that's his 3rd interception. Now let's look at his 4th interception. This one coming all the way in the 4th quarter. So not as destructive as his first 3 interceptions, but still making them. So here we go, 3:25 in the 4th quarter. We'll get it queued up. Alrighty. So 2 definitely his fault, 1 definitely not really his fault, and then we get this one, and this one's 100% his fault. Very well done by this. Once again, just the Cleveland Browns defense being where you're supposed to. I mean, that's all football comes down to. Do your job. If all 11 players do their job on every single play, there's going to be nowhere to go with the football. So Big Ben just tries to fit this one in here, never sees this linebacker. We'll see him drop out. Watch this man right here, Taki. He's just going to sit there and just kind of slowly drop back, knowing that there's nothing in front of him. He's just going to sink back at that 10-yard mark, and it's an easy pick. So Big Ben not looking good. Classic. So let's watch something good here. 6 plays, 80 yards by the Browns. We'll go here, and then we'll pretty much close the show on this one. But the Browns just looking very good throughout this entire game, and I absolutely love it. So let's cue this up here. Touchdown drive here by the Browns. And let's break it down a little bit because this one is now a little close here. It's a 2-possession game. Steelers have brought it all the way down to the lead from 35 to 23. Very well done. 12-point game. So now this is a huge drive. This is like the start of the 4th quarter. So a huge drive here by the Browns to go and get some points. Got to get some points. Either a field goal to make it a 15-point game, so touchdown, extra point, touchdown, and a 2-point conversion for the Steelers, or you make it a touchdown and it's a 3-score game now. So huge drive here by the Browns. This game is still in play. This is still anybody's game. Big Ben, he's led some big comebacks, so you can never count him out. They have all the weapons to go deep down the field to score in short amounts of time. So all that is still open to play, and the Browns come out here and really close it out here on this drive. So first play, just a nice little comeback route. Baker to Donovan Peoples-Jones, and it picks up 9 yards. Alrighty, 2nd and 2. Baker Mayfield gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2, clock stopped. Everything is looking like the Steelers are getting right back in this game, and they go empty set here by Baker. They're trusting Baker to pick up this first down, and let's see where he goes with the ball. Wide open. Very well done. Jarvis Landry's able to get wide open and even more. Very well done by Baker Mayfield. Not forcing anything downfield, just picking up the first down and living for another down. This is great quarterback play here. I didn't really like the decision here when I was watching it live to have empty backfield. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a problem. I would have trusted maybe Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt to pick up the 2 yards. But very well done by the play caller here for the Browns. Stepping up, not getting too conservative, and, living with the talent. You got to live with the talent sometimes. And Baker Mayfield steps up big. Another great throw here to Jarvis Landry, picking up, 15 yards. They're driving. They're moving the ball down the field on every play. Then they go back to the run. It picks up nothing. As soon as we say, every yard's picking up everything. Every play is picking up everything. Alrighty. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Baker Mayfield, little bit of a setup screen here. And that's got, who is that, Chubb all the way down. I mean, folks, the running backs have been absolutely killing the Steelers all game. The running backs were really the reason why they got out to that 28-point lead in the first half. I mean, after every turnover, they would just run, and Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt would just gatch. It was pretty much Kareem Hunt in the first quarter, but it would be Kareem Hunt ripping off 20 yards for the touchdown, 20-yard big runs, and really demoralized the Steelers defense early in the first quarter. They come back to the running backs here in the fourth quarter to ice the game. Very well done. Great job by Baker Mayfield being a game manager here, picking up the first down, and then you let, your big old talent here, great scheme, great play design, great call, great moves, great speed, great strength, not getting brought down. I love everything about this Cleveland Browns running team. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. I mean, folks, they're almost as good as the Ravens, and it's hard to compare them because the Ravens have such a big lead. Like, the disparity between running back by committee, Ravens are easily number one, and then number two is probably the Browns, and there's this big of a gap between number one and number two, but number two is still good, though. So, yeah, that's what we got here. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to end the show. So, I mean, Browns looking good. I mean, I love it. The Browns are looking real good, folks. The Bills are looking real good. The Ravens are looking real good. The Bucs, Tom Brady is looking good. And the Rams, not looking good. The Saints are still looking decent. So that's what we got today on the show. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. We are going to start talking about, this week's playoff games. We'll guess and react to the lines, talk it through a little bit, and then we'll come at you live with our picks on Friday. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.